Hello and what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today we have a Flissa package to check out. This is the G10 handle folding knife brand, and it's new. So yeah, let's find out what this one's all about. I'll be sharing with you my raw first impressions. We just unboxed the FL2450 in the channel, and one thing I was saying there, and that I can say about this one too, is I really wish they had given their knives more of a unique name. It'll make it easier to identify their models across their lineup or whatnot. We'll come back to this guy when we do our size comparisons, and of course this knife and every other knife you see in this video will be linked down below in the description and pinned comments. Without further ado, let's take a look at this knife. Holy smoke. So first impression is actually pretty slim. So let's get the box out of here, right? If you're ready, I'm ready. Boom, here it is, right? We don't know exactly what model this is. We're going to find out. I'm sure it's going to be printed on the blade somewhere. First impressions, again, the G10. We have a tan G10 on the outside and then sort of like a black, checker pattern G10 on the inside. I don't think that's carbon fiber. I would think that's G10, but the fact that they're combining the two colors, that's pretty neat. Love the Flissa logo in the pivot. It's also black and tan, so good contrast there. Very slim. This is a pretty interesting knife here on the DL. The fact that the blade tucks in, right, pretty much completely into the handle. That's nice. Deep pocket carry clip, which is not reversible. Something to keep in mind there. And yes, you can see the front flipper. It looks like the front flipper is the only deployment option. So here we go. Oh, okay. That was actually more satisfying than I was expecting. So that's interesting, right? Liner lock here. So let me check the lock up right there. That's pretty good. About a good, 50% or so, right? With good access to the liner, it seems, to be able to disengage. All right, that's pretty neat. And then let's check out this blade, right? Check out the, right, what do we got here? Like a satin finish, right? Satin finish. This is a straight back. Yeah, this is absolutely a straight back blade. And there's the model right there. This one's the FL2430. And this is interesting because this one's on D2 and is not black coated, whereas the other guys that we've checked out so far, the other models, have been 14C28N, and those have been black coated. As you know, D2 is not corrosion resistant like 14C28N. So if there was one that could benefit from, the black coat, it would be this guy. That's for sure. But hey, I love me a good satin finish blade any day of the week, regardless of what steel it is. So definitely digging that. We have a flat grind going on here, looking pretty epic, right? Looking also very slicey as well with a nice switch there at the top. Very pokey tip, kind of borderline CEO style looking blade, if you ask me. So that's nice, right? So again, good access to the liner there. It's going to be on ball bearings. It's a little bit of a shake shutter. Now, one thing's for sure, though, that front flipper is tuned pretty nicely. So that's a no hassle front flip. Boom. Yeah, that actually feels pretty good. Pretty good. I actually got some bounce there because I shook it down too fast. All right, so boom, there it goes. All right, let's check out the alignment as well. All right, you guys be the judge there. That does seem smack in the middle if you ask me. All right, and I like how the G10 is nice and contour a little bit around the edges. Right, we do have prow liners with a G10 backspacer, which also works as a lanyard solution with that pin right there, so you don't end up with an ugly hole going through the handle. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Definitely the right call. So we can thumb front flick it, right? Can we do the reach around? Yeah, absolutely. Sure can. And then side of the index finger, yeah, we can do that as well. Yeah, I mean, this is a nice little front flipper here, not gonna lie, right? And the other thing about these knives is they are going to be very, very affordable. That's for sure. So they're gonna come in at a very good price. Again, I'll have a link all down below so you can check out all those details. The other thing I'm noticing too is it doesn't seem like you're pretty much locked in anywhere with the handle. So you got freedom. I can do hammer grip back here, maybe grip it forward a little bit more, right? So I got plenty of room there to grip on this guy. We do have some jimping there. Take a look. And do feel the pocket clip just a tad bit. It's a good 8.5, 9 out of 10. But otherwise, I mean, pretty good, right? Let's see here, reverse grip, call grip, or what is this, Friday night gas station fighting grip, and Picol grip. All feel pretty good because the handle is just so streamlined. It's also nice and oiled in the pivot, so they got some oil there in the pivot. It's going to be nice and lubricated as it gets to you. As a matter of fact, you may end up wiping away some excess oil here for the next couple of days until you get through all that excess. But hey, that's actually not bad at all. I'd rather take that than some dry pivot that, becomes really grindy over time. So very smooth on the drop. So you can see just a little bit of a shaker and boom, gets the job done. So good ergos, good action so far for a front flipper. You know my philosophy is when you give me one deployment and one deployment only, right, make sure it works really good, and that front flipper definitely does. That guy right here, by the way, is the FL2440, right? So check it out. It definitely has already also been unboxed here on the channel. This guy is the 2450. So we got the whole family here. So let me double check. This is 2430. This is 2440 and the 2450. So there we go. Again, some more creative model names will certainly help. I think you guys would agree with me. Both of these other models are a little bit lengthier in size there, as you can see. The other two models are a little bit longer. And check out those individual unboxings for those other models as well, so you guys can check more details. Let's do the typical ones here in the channel. Here is the MSI from Microtech. Here is the Stitch, right? Obviously, those are going to be way lengthier there, as you can see. Here's the PM2, right, from Spyderco. Here is the Para 3. So definitely a little bit shorter than the Para 3, as you can see. Here's the Demko AD 20.5. It's going to be a hair longer, but very comparable. Here's the Nano Shark. That one is going to be shorter, no doubt. Here's the Tenable Fenrir. Right, pretty sweet budget knife. And all these are very affordable too. The Pyrite Light. Both of those are going to be a little bit longer. And I do have content for all these knives too, right? If you want to search the knife name Miguel EDC on the YouTube search box, you'll be finding my videos right away. Here is the Fintiso Parrot and the Vosteed Corgi. Now, what all of these have in common too, and that's something that I do like. First of all, just to wrap up the whole size comparison, they're all very comparable, but it actually compares to the Corgi there the most. Most of these have, you know, the same aesthetics where the blade tucks into the handle completely. I definitely dig that, right? Same deal with this guy. And for the most part with the Fintiso, all right, pretty much about 95, 96%. So definitely love this kind of knife. Let me know if you guys also love them, all right, in the comments. But yeah, let's go ahead and get scientific with it, shall we? And that's kind of been a whole running joke, by the way. If you know, around here, we do a test in the channel, but it's not like a hardcore test in any way, shape, or form. It's very simple. Some textbook paper, right, or just 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, if you would, and some cardboard. So nothing fancy. Let me go ahead and give you guys the 5x zoom in. All right, there we go. Okay, what's going on? I think it may be. Yeah, I just have to angle down the edge a little bit. There we go. All right, so definitely getting some swirls right there. Bam, boom. All right. Definitely cutting pretty nice. All right, no doubt about it. It's actually very, very slicey. If I had to judge though, right now, just because I have been doing this video back to back, the 14C28N in these two versions felt just a hair slicer, right? Again, only because I've been doing this back to back, recording these videos. You'll see these videos obviously at different times depending on my upload schedule. But again, it doesn't take away from the fact that it's still pretty slicey. But just so you know, right, personal note, those 14C28N steel models felt just a hair, right? Not a huge difference, not a night and day difference, but just a hair slicier. I have a dual wall piece of cardboard right here. Remember, when cutting cardboard, don't cut perpendicular, but at an angle. And here we go. Oh yeah. Doesn't matter that it's dual wall. Nope. Putting in work with that flat grind. Keep in mind, the edge is also, or the blade is not that tall either. It's very narrow. And even so, I think it helps the fact that it's actually on the thinner side, putting in some work. So I will tell you this, right? Just like I told you, the 14C28N variants felt a little bit slicier with the paper. When it came to the cardboard, I felt no difference. So it's just some food for thought right there, quick observation. And I'm only noticing this because I'm testing them back to back. That's the only way, the only reason why. But you guys be the judge on this one, right? Rate it in the comments on a scale from 1 through 10. Rate that factory edge. How slicey, how sharp is it? You guys let me know. Well, there you guys have it. That is the, for lack of a better name, the FL2430 from Flissa. D2 steel on this one with the satin finish, straight back, flat grind, geometry there. It is a liner lock with decent access to that liner. Ball bearings, shake shutter, right? Only has one deployment and one deployment option only, but you can do it in the 3 different ways, whether it be using your thumb, whether it be using your index for the reach around, like that, or the side of your index finger, like that. So you do it 3 different ways with one deployment option only, and it's actually tuned pretty good for what it is, right? The handles are also very comfortable, ergonomic friendly, and it's, you know, definitely has that whole thin aesthetics. In a way, right, kind of comes to mind here with the Kizer Bamboo, right? That one's also kind of similar, very slim, you know, also a liner lock, also a, this is more of a Mohawk style from flipper, but it gets the job done. And it also reminds me a little bit of the Kizer Kwaiken, right? So all of these are on that almost CEO style sort of knife, as you can see. Of course, this guy is a fixed blade. Both of those are folders. But yeah, I'll have 2 video cards at the end here for you guys to check those out. If you made it to this point in the video, smash that like button. For the YouTube algorithm, it helps this video get pushed to a larger audience. And do consider subscribing. I promise you will be worth coming back for more. Guys, let me know your thoughts, questions, concerns about this knife. Just hang out in the comment section down there. Keep in mind the full review video will be coming down the line. This was just a quick unboxing, raw first impressions on the knife. And I want to give a huge shout out to Flissa for setting this one in for me to check out, and a huge shout out to my Patreon supporters and channel members for supporting what I do here. You guys are awesome. And if you made it to the end, you are the real MVP. I appreciate you hanging out with me here until the end. Check out that video to the left for the Bamboo, or this video to the right for the Kwaiken. Take care, guys, and I'll see you on the next video, either this one or this one. Peace!